Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Punattu Sahaviryan Karavavahai Tejasvina Vadidamastu Mavit Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sargasthiti Pralaya Hetum Achintya Shaktim Visveshwaram Vidida Vishwam Anandamurtim Nirmukta Bandhanam Apara Sukha Amburasi Sri Vallabham Vimalabodhaganam Namami. Sargasthiti Pralayaketum Achintya Shaktim Vishveshwaram Vidida Vishwam Anandamurtim Nirmukta Bandhanam Apara Sukha Amburasi Sri Vallabham Vimalabodhaganam Namami. Good morning. We saw the first verse in the last class of Vaakya Vritti. This is called the Mangala Sasana, the prayer. We dealt with this in the last class, but just quickly recover it. Namami, I pray to Sri Vallabham. Vallabham means the darling, the dear. Who is dear to Sri? Here is the Vachyartham is Mahavishnu, the Ishta Devata of Bashikara. Shri is prosperity, jnanam. That is qualified by Vimala Bodhakanam. Ganam here means the formation. Vimala Bodhakanam. Bodha means jnanam. Vimala means unblemished jnanam. So Bashikara always brings down to the core of Vedasaram. Here he says, I am worshipping Saguna Brahman as Mahavishnu, my Ishta Devata, who is nothing but the unblemished Atmajnanam, Brahmajnanam. And who is this Brahman? Sargasthiti Pralaya Hetum. Hetu means the cause. Sargasthiti Pralaya Hetum. The cause of all creation, sustenance, dissolution. What is the cause? Whenever we talk about the question of cause, at least two important categories there. Like in Vedanta, we analyze them very clearly. Upadana karanam, a nimitta karanam, no upadana karanam. The material cause and an efficient cause. So if there is a pot made, and go back to the famous examples of Vedanta, a mud pot. The mud pot is made because of the clay and the water and everything. These are the material costs, because the mud pot will deteriorate and decay into the mud again. So that way, the mud is a hetu for the mud pot. But it's a material cost. But the mud doesn't just become a pot by itself. They need a potter with the knowledge of making a pot. So he is a nimitta karanam. The efficient cause is the potter. The material cause is the material, the clay. And when the potter and the clay come together, a pot is formed. Is it not? So the existence, decay, and dissolution all happens into the material cause itself. The efficient cause is unaffected by the material drama. But you can say, hey, how can you say? The potter is one who is making the pot. Yes. But he is not affected by the history of the pot. It may come and go. Same way, the whole creation is coming out of this potter, the Parabrahman, and the material cause is coming from the Parabrahman himself. Because if it is, see, the potter example, you can only take it to a certain extent. The potter has to find a clay somewhere, right? But if the clay exists independent of potter, then potter is not omnipotent. He is not all empowered Ishvara. Because there's something exists outside him. Therefore, the first cause cannot have any material outside of himself or herself. So the material cause is therefore is only from the part of the Parabrahman, the Parashivam. The question will come, that means every time you take a clay from a clay pile, the clay reduces in size, right? So if God is creating the material from him and create all the world, is God depreciating? This is a very logical question, right? When you take from the inventory, things deplete. So there is a school of thought like this. God is every creation is a part of the God, Anga, Angi, all the kind of thing. But in Advaita, we say no, it does not. But to solve your reasoning, the question, logical question, we say this material cause that appears is mere appearance. This is not real. Empirically, it is real, but absolutely it is not real. It is a myth, an illusion, a maya. Well, who is doing that? Achinta Shaktim. This is the Shakti of the Parameshwar, the Parabrahman. So, in order, therefore, to reason out the empirical world, now we have to leave the Parabrahman alone as a Parashivam. Now I deal with means I plea with this Achinta Shakti, who I call it Parashakti, Mahasaraswati, Mahalakshmi, Mahadevi, in Vedanta, Mahamaya. When I am not able to deal with the absolute truth, I don't use the word Mahamaya, I use the word Mahashakti, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. This Mahasaraswati, Mahalakshmi is not the wife of Brahma or Vishnu. It is the same Mahashakti, different forms. Understand? So there Bhagavan gives you Saguna Brahma Upasana, because Ishta Devata is Krishna, is Mahavishnu. He prays to him, but he is very clear that Saguna Brahma I am worshipping is nothing but the Achinta Shakti of Parabrahman. That Parabrahman is Vishveshwaram. It means all-knowing. Vishwa means world, generally. Vishwa also means Sarvam. So Vishveshwaram means Sarvagyan. So we saw all this. So that Parabrahman is getting Ananta Murti. Why? Because of this Achinta Shakti. Every form comes out of this Parabrahma. So the whole Shrishti Tattvam has been explained in these two lines. So I am worshipping that. What for I am worshipping? I am worshipping because this creation that the Achinta Shakti done, which is fun, enjoyable, It's a game, it's a play, divine play. I want to be part of that, either as a participant to play or an observant. And when I'm enjoying it, I have no need to pray. Because when I'm enjoying it completely, I am a mukta. I am free. The problem that we have is we don't enjoy. We don't enjoy this world. We find faults, we find difficulties, we find trouble. And we sometimes worship, even say, God, please, why this life? Give me freedom. It puzzles God. Because everything comes out of the Parameshwaran, the Parabrahman. A world is created, a drama is enacted, hoping that you coming from the Parabrahman, therefore you are a Parabrahman in a way. But you are taken a role play. You are this person of 6 feet or 2 inches in living in this country, in this impoverished state. That is the role you play. But if you're not seeing the truth, you don't enjoy it. Therefore, you see the whole world is a bhavabharam, bhavabhayam, samsaram. So the word samsaram is what you create because this tabam that you get in your mind because I am suffering, right? But we are all, I am suffering, you are suffering, every one of us is suffering because we haven't got that absolute realization of our true nature. So this whole text is about those people who have come to the realization that they know intellectually that I am part of this divine play. I have nothing to lose, nothing to gain. I have to enjoy everything that comes in front of me, but I can't do it. Therefore, give me freedom. That's why we are going to the Ishvara and the Guru. So that Ishvara, that Guru should be free from this, is it not? That's what this says. Nirmukta Bandhanam. You are eternally free. Bandham means prison, imprisonment. Nirmuktam, you are ever free. So that means, is it dry? It's boring. So I'm not going to enjoy this whole world. All this sugandhukas, I'm not going to enjoy it. This path of moving towards the truth, is it boring? No. Apara sukha amburasi. Amburasi means ocean. Rasi means collection. Ambu means water. Amburasi is collection of huge water. Aparam, because there's no bound. Sukham. So this prayer is a wonderful prayer. It tells you, whenever I worship my Ishta Devata, whichever form I worship, that Devata represent the Achinta Shakti, the Mahamaya, which is nothing but the Shakti of the Kripa of Ishvara, the Parabrahman, that only is free from all bindings. Therefore, I pray to that Shakti to liberate me. The liberation means not a boring task, very interesting task. That means I start enjoying every moment of my existence here and now. Vedanta is not about some moksha somewhere, All these punyas you do, you accumulate, all the puja, all this you do, what do you want? That punya, right? What is the punya gives you? Punya gives you a wonderful life to live hereafter in any other world. And then when the punya depletes, you come down to this world again. So punya is nothing but a first class ticket to go around different world and come back to this karma bhumi, because those ticket is not perpetually valid. It'll come down. So why I have to do all this task of accumulating punya only to come back to this world again, to coming to the same question, nirmukta bandhanam, where is that? Understand? But it's better than accumulating papam, right? If you have papam, you can't even think this way. So the moral is accumulate punya, not to acquire the bogas of this world and the world after, but accumulate punya, because this transition that happens is so wonderful, because you are in a dharmic life. You accumulate punya means you are giving good things to others. So at least others will be happy in this world. What you do, therefore, you attain Vimala Bodhakanam, you attain the unblemished Jnanam. Only one thing can be unblemished, that is your true nature. Everything else blemished. You know, I explained to you last class, the Saundarya Lagari, the Bhagavan is worshipping, the second words, I pray to the dust particle of your divine feet. Because with that dust particle, Brahma can create many worlds. Vishnu can carry it on his head. Ishvara, Rudra can make it powder and apply on his body. So give me the dust particle. And the dust is the Maya Shakti creating the Dvaita Bhavam from the Parameshwara. So Vimala Bodhagana means even to transcend that Dvaita. That means it is Advaita Anubhuti. That means it's one with the Ishvara, or just be the Ishvara. So this is the first prayer we saw. Now, next, what he does, he now goes to the prayer to the Guru. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. When you start praying for Atmajnanam, freedom, or if you want to have a better word, fulfillment. Fulfillment means forbearance to anything that comes. Joy is only fulfilling partly. Then when depleted, it fills with the sadness. Fulfillment is that which makes you always peaceful, right? What is God gives you when you start praying for this? To pray, to attain that fulfillment, your prayers have to change. Your prayers have to first change from these transactional prayers. Give me that, I will give you this. Make me good, and I will pay you with 10 coconuts or 1,000 crocodiles or whatever. All the transactional thing, you have to do it so that others can follow, but you have to transcend it and then start praying for others. Let there be peace. Loko bhavano sukhino bhavantu. So everybody be happy. So you become Sarvatma Bhavam. Then you start realizing it. Who am I to pray for others? As if God doesn't know it. So even you transcend that part, that you don't even need to pray for anybody else, because the world will continue by itself. I will be just in the contemplation. I will have a true Nishkama Bhakti, Akamya Karma. That means I will do anything without having a desire to enjoy in a bogic way. Abhogam, Vairagyam, that comes in. So when you start praying like that, just by worshipping God's, that's why Sahasranamam, he says, you pray to my stotra. The reason why I say Ambal is saying, just tell me names. Okay, in the names, it doesn't tell you that you will get that, you will get that. It tells you about who I am. You know? So the Nama Parayanam makes you go towards the Nishkamya Bhakti. Now, what is the benefit of that? Still, she look for something, right? The benefit is the Ishvara comes to you in a form of a guru. Of course, physically first, eventually by a word, or sometimes it is internal to your Atma. The, the, the extremely supreme guru is inside you. Only to bring that guru from inside you to come out, you need to go through the Laukika gurus and the Sastri guru, Sadgurus. We'll talk about that. We go to the gurus. So all those gurus are nothing but they are pure like a mirror. What does a mirror do? Mirror just show you who you really are. So you need to go to a guru who is pure, so that when you go to him, somehow you feel comfortable, You feel comfortable, where? Comfortable in the sense you feel no lajja is at yourself. You go to a mirror, look at your face and say, I don't look very good. My beards are getting white. You talk about yourself. You accept your case. You want to improve yourself. There you have a surrender, because you cannot lie to me. That's the reason why you can surrender, because mirror just shows who I am, at least physically. So you have to surrender where you can have 100% belief, trust that it is going to reflect who I really am. But if you go to the mirror and the mirror shows me that I got an ugly smile, a dark scar, do you get angry and punch the mirror? No, I accept it. That's why the guru is a person where you can be comfortable with, where he shows your inadequacies. So what's happening? So like a mirror. So first you go to the guru is going to say, well, you are jealous. You are full of jealous. You are full of greed. You don't do that. You don't do. So he's going to pinpoint at you. You get very frustrated. I come to the guru to learn something. What is he? Who is he to apprise me? That means you are punching the glass, punching the mirror. So it is very important to go to the guru, because guru is the only one who can show it. So the prayer is therefore after God, the guru. But once you got the guru, guru is Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. Because guru is Ishvara Prasad. So here he says, Yasya prasadat ahameva Vishnuhu. Yasya prasadat ahameva Vishnuhu. Mayyeva sarvam parikalpitam cha. Mayyeva sarvam parikalpitam cha. Ittam vijanami sadatma rupam. Ittam vijanami sadatma rupam. Tasyangri padmam pranadosmi nitya. Tasyangri padmam pranadosmi nitya. Let's see what it means. Yasya, by whose, prasadat. Prasadat means by whose grace. By whose grace, what happened? Aham eva Vishnuhu mayyeva sarvam parikalpitam cha. That means I'm able to say, Aham eva Vishnuhu, I am the Vishnu. Look at it. In the first prayer, he prays to Shiva Labham, the Mahavishnu, he prays, right? Now he says, I'm praying to you, Vishnu. Don't think you are different from me. I am the Vishnu. Aham eva Vishnu. Okay? This is surprising, right? Then he says, we saw that Achintyam Sishti Siddhi Pralaya Hedum, we saw the whole world created. Mayeva Sarvam Parikalpitam. All the world that are created, Mayeva Sarvam. It's all in me. Within me, everything is created. Parikalpitam. Pari means profoundly. Kalpitam. Imagined. You see the audacity, the honest audacity, the courage of a Vidyarthi, Atmajnana seeker, who prays to God as you are the creator of all the world, you are Mahavishnu. Now he says, by a Guru's grace, I can say, I am the Vishnu. The all world are created by me. Even before we go further, let's validate this. Is it a flattery? Is it like it's a superlative? Tons of eyes on your head to follow this Vedanta? No. My eva sarvam. The world is in me. What is your world is in me? You mean the London Bridge is in me? No, it is physically outside. How can it be in me? How many things are in this world? Who do we know? Let's deal with what we know. I can say London Bridge because I know about London Bridge. That means my knowledge has created an imprint in my consciousness that there is a London Bridge. So the London Bridge actually, where it exists, in my consciousness. Please listen carefully here. You have a knowledge of London Bridge, but you are aware that you have a knowledge of London Bridge. The awareness is the cause of this knowledge. The awareness is in you. It is you. Therefore, London Bridge exists in you. If you're not aware of anything like London Bridge is not in your world. There is a physical representation out there, parikalpitam, that will change. But the very existence of that object is in my consciousness. Achintya rupam. In Brahma's case, in Brahman's case, achintanam, because it's unthinkable. Even in my case, it is unthinkable. But right now, I am thinking I am a limited being, right? You and I think that we are very limited. We are sinners, we think, right? Therefore, our consciousness, we think it's very small. 5 foot 6 inches I am, so that is, you can think that. That's not the case. So anything that you deal with this in this world as your world comes out from you. And because you believe in it, it is created outside you. Therefore, you deal with this because you created it. That's why Brahma is very worried. We normally don't see Brahmadeva in a temple. We don't have a deity of Brahmadeva. We don't worship. Because in some temple now they are trying to do that. Why it is not there? Because Lord Brahma is you. As a first step to understand. The creator of the world. Creating all the confusion of the world. Brahma become Parabrahman. Therefore, he is doing it as a play. So we create it without knowing it's a play. If your awareness changes, your world changes. Today we talked about Jai coming to class and everybody said, good to see you, Jai. You didn't know him. He didn't exist in your world before. Now he exists in your world. So as far as you are concerned, if you're dealing with that person is because you have inculcated that awareness in you. The awareness produces words, thoughts, actions, your world. Your sukha dukkham, therefore, is yours. The very word lokaha comes from the root word look, means your perception. Therefore, your world, you are the Srishtikarta, Mayyev Sarvam, Parikalpitam. So at this stage of this understanding, you have to have seen Vedanta, you must derive insights. What is the Vedanta does? If I learn architecture in a school, 6 years I study architecture, 5 years in this country, then I am able to draw something, figure it out something. So I achieve something after knowledge. So what I achieve is outside of me. Because that is yearning. That's why we call it a yearning. I yearned this one because I learned it, I earned it. But in Vedanta, when you learn it, you change yourself. Its transformation is what Vedanta is all about. If you can go to Vedanta class 10 years, you can recite all the mantras upside down. You're exactly who I saw you 10 years back. Not changed. Your anger didn't go. Your jealous didn't go. Your impatient didn't go. You have not learned it. So Vedanta is a chiseling tool that chisels you to make the true yourself out. So now I know the world I create, therefore I have a control. I am the nimitta karanam of this world. I can say, hey, let me not create this person who I see in front of me. He doesn't smile, therefore he must be a bad person. Therefore I deal with him differently. So who created this perception? I created. Hey, I see this one. This looks very yummy. I think I must get this one. No matter what it is, I must go for it. Who created the desire? I, my Yeva. So, who is going to make me understand this? Yasya prasadat. Whose grace this is going to be? That means my Guru. Itam vijanami sadatma, sat atma rupam. Ittam. Ittam means like this. Vijanami. Vijanami means this word has got a lot of meaning. Vijanami, here you can take it as realization, the knowledge out of experience. So knowledge is not experience. You can read a cookbook. I go to YouTube, look at how to make an apple pie on an air fryer. I have fantastic knowledge. I can't taste that. I have no anubhavam of it. Knowledge is vain. Knowledge is vanity. It is a dangerous vanity than even wealth, because when wealth depletes, your garva will go away, because it is not there to boast about. Knowledge, if it is not, if you're not vidya, garva will come. If you don't have vinayam, vityalabham is dangerous. So vijanami is taking that, it's a vijnanam. It take the jnanam and apply into the thing and then experience that. Vijanami. Vijanami will go into 2 stages. Vijanami, first is I experience it. Experience is what? Experience is that you are indulging in that pleasure or the pain, then you recall it. The recollection is a thought. So experience is nothing but a thought. Because you cannot really have the pleasure of enjoying that at the same time that you think I'm enjoying it. The moment you think I'm enjoying it, you are just step away from that enjoyment. Is it not? Think about it. In any all great pleasures is that you lose yourself because you don't know you are. Then you wake up. The sleep is a good example. I was having a fantastic sleep. Good. Did you know when you're sleeping? No. I just don't know. So the good sleep is an experience, but it is a thought. You need that. I think that's much better than sleepless nights. It's a good experience. The anubhavam has to become an anubhuti. Anubhuti is where you are experiencing, but you are existing in that experience as alive as you are, as aware as you can. Aritugil. Mahavishnu is just closing the eyes and sleeping. Is he sleeping? He's in the anubhuti, Advaita anubhuti. All the great jnanis are with the half-closed eyes, Advaita anubhuti. So, who can give me that kind of experience? That is my guru. In Bhagavan Bhashyakara's guru is Govinda Bhagavad Pada. This is one of those very, when you see the lineage of acharyas, a guru, a shishya, it is a strict hierarchy for imparting the experience of Atmanabhav. So you respect it. But you don't measure who is more knowledgeable. Sometimes you go into this kind of we take our own scale, a little scale of the benchmarking in the world, and we start measuring. Judgmental is very easy. When you do this BM metrics about character, in this psychometrics, there's called an ENTJ, INTJ, J for judgmental, They're good and bad. I mean, you become judgmental of something, You have opinionated. The opinion, what happens, it creates a bias in you. You become malam. It's not a bimalam anymore. So you even take a class. In any class you go, any lectures you go, somebody is teaching, which you are a PhD in it, right? This guy who is teaching is a kindergarten. Yeah? You are far ahead of him, right? So you don't need to go there. But if you do go there, during that, when you do Shravanam, you have to listen as if you are listening the first time. Because you never know the perspective that you missed when I come out of it. You always learn that one. So the Guru Sishya Parampara, there's something called a Shishtacharam and Acharam, the Guru Acharam. Acharam means discipline. Discipline means what you say, what you preach, what you do, conduct. If I say don't smoke, then I'm just smoking cigarettes like that. I'm not following that one. So you in that case, you have to be very careful. I must listen to this guy's what he says. He can be still a teacher for me because he says don't smoke. I look at him, the guy is smoking all the time, he's coughing all the time, he's going to die in a few years' time. He is telling me don't smoke, it will hurt. He is the best teacher because he experienced it. I take it. So now I have to be discriminative of what I take it from him, his teaching, not his behavior, right? So we will see what is the character of Guru and what. Same way, the student has to have certain discipline. So here, Bhagavan is praying to that Guru. Where does he pray? Tasya Angri Padmam Nityam Pranadosmi. Every day, Nityam, every time I worship my Guru, his Angri Padma, his lotus-like divine feet. Simply what it means is that I surrender to the lotus feet of my Guru forever, by whose grace I will understand that I am Parabrahman, the world is created in me, therefore I am eternally free. Why always we say I surrender to a divine feet? Is because it is reachable. Why feet? Why not the head? Why not the hand? Contemplate on it. So I will not say contemplate on it. So this is the second prayer. For this, the Mangala-Charanam is finished. Let me see what's the time. Okay, I can take. Now we go to the text proper. From this verse 3 onwards, we go up to verse 3 to 6 maybe. The context is set. The 6 is the main core of this whole book. Then it's all explanation for it. So in this verse, let's just read it. Tabatrayark sandaptaha kaschitut vignamanasaha samadhi sadhanayiryuktaha sadgurum paripruchati. Tabatrayark sandaptaha kaschit udvignamanasaha samadhi sadhanayiryuktaha sadgurum paripruchati. Okay. Here, the text is giving a narration of the context. It is saying a seeker goes to the Guru and asks his question. This is the meaning of this verse. It's like the Bhagavad Gita's first chapter, Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Of course, Bhashyakara did not write Bhashyam for it because he expects you to know it. But people normally read it as a story and on battleground and everything, and quickly go to the chapter 2. It's very important to know the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where the Kurukshetra is explained, the battle context is explained, Arjuna's side is explained, the opposition is explained, and Arjuna's command to the Krishna is explained, and Arjuna's fear is explained. So the whole thing, when you read it as somebody's life history, you are reading it as a novel, as a cinema, that's one thing. But in Vedanta Shravanam, you are the important hero. You are the hero. You are in the center of it. Everything is about you, not about God, not about the world, not about anything else. It is about just you. That's the primary reason Vedanta hypnotizes anybody. It doesn't need, you can be an atheist, it doesn't matter. If you are able to listen to 5 minutes of Vedanta, you get hooked because he talks about you. I may be listening to you. Somebody says, hey, Raja, then my name is, somebody calls my name. I suddenly go there, what about me? So it's all me, right? So Vedanta is just playing to this one. But that's the truth. So he talks about you. So therefore, what does it mean? It means when you do the Vedanta Shravanam, when they play all the stories, so we listen to the Bhagavatam. So he goes there and Markandeya, he goes and asks, okay, please help me. Then if you visualize it as somebody is going and asking the Guru, help me, then you have one kind of a feeling. But you are the person inquiring that. You are the person seeking. When you read Sundarakandam, Anjaneya is going, you are the Anjaneya. Like that, unless you put yourself in the role of it, you cannot really appreciate it. So, context is important. So, this mantra is giving the context. The disciple is coming, and also he is giving beautifully who is a disciple, who is the Guru, and what condition you can go to the Guru, and what you can ask the Guru. See, everything in Vedanta is to be prescribed very clearly. The paribhasha has to be explained like a PhD paper. Every word has to be explained. Every reference should be cited. There is no room for ambiguity. So, what are we talking about? Nirmukta bandhanam, free from samsara. That means the disciple must seek that very clearly. If he is seeking that, he must have a good reason. Why is he seeking that? Why can't he ask for a lottery winning? Why can't he ask for 10 dozen bungalows and 5 children? Why can't he ask for all that? Why is he asking for something else? What happened to him? So that context. And why is he asking this person as a guru? What is the guru's character? If they're all fitting well, then you tick. Okay, you can go. If anything falls short of it, it is an in vain game, right? So let us see how Bhagavan puts everything into the sloka to make it easier. So let's see the simple meaning first. Tabatraya argha santaptaha. Argha means sunlight. Tabatraya argha. Tabam means misery, grief. Traya means 3. There are 3 kinds of miseries which are hitting like a sunlight in a hot summer. Santapta. Fantastically, it burns him. Torturing sun-like troubles, 3 types, is hurting him. Kaschit. Somebody. Udvigna manasa. Kaschitut vigna. You say kaschit, somebody. Udvigna manasaha. Udvigna manasaha. The mind is completely dejected. Who is dejected in his mind? Samadhi sadhanaigar ittaha. Samadama sadhana. He's got a good discipline. Mentally, no, he's not a madman. He's control his mind, his sensory control is have. He does sandhya vandanas, he does all kind of disciplined life he has got. That person, yuktaha, Sadguru, he goes to Sadguru, pariprichati. He put the questions. So very simple. Someone who is suffering from the 3 types of grief, which tortures him like a sunlight torturing him, dejected in the mind, even though he is well disciplined, he is so worried. He goes to the Sadguru and puts his question. What question? He hasn't told that. So what is that we are looking for here? Here, looking for the import of these keywords. Tabatrayam. What is the Tabatrayam? 3 types of fear. Anityam sarvam yeva idam tabatreta dushtitam asaram ninditam heyam iti nischaya samayati. This is in Ashtavarga Gita. It says Anityam sarva. I mean, all this is impermanent, tainted by the threshold of suffering. There are without essence, asaram. So all the worldly affairs for the Ashtavarga, he said that is all threefold suffering. Vedanta tells you the suffering in threefold means adhyatmika, adhibhautika, adhidevika. Whatever when you analyze your life, the impediments, the troubles, the miseries come from what? My headache, my indigestion, my diabetic, my suffering, my fear, my delusion. Where is all happening? In my body, in my mind. So I cannot blame anything else. I may have an excuse. I had a lousy food I ate, whatever. But its suffering is happening me. So this kind of suffering called adhyatmika. Okay? So that is one kind of suffering. Adhibhautika, all physical, external. What is that? The bad food I eat, the bad company I had, everything that happens because of others, the trouble comes to me. The world gives me this trouble. Adhibhautika. What is the third type of thing? Adhidevika. Natural calamities. God, not the world is not planning to do, but earthquake comes, COVID comes. So you can see, if I take all my troubles, adhyatmikam, trouble caused within myself, adhibhautikam, the external factors, adidevikam, supernatural factors. So tabatrayam. So let me have peace, let me have peace, let me have peace in each of this. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We say 3 times because we always want to escape, right? We say 3 times. Tabatrayam. So here, this man, kaschit na, somebody. Kaschit also means very rare person. Now, I just pre-warned you. When I say a person like this, don't imagine as disciple somebody in your mind. Imagine it is you. Unless you just imagine you're not going to experience it. So you are a rare person. Why are you a rare person? Because you want a relief, right? You want relief from the pain that you have. Why didn't you have this call last night when you're sleeping? Well, I was sleeping. I didn't know I had a pain. So now you know that you have pain, yes. And why are you seeking a cure? Because I know there is a cure. If there's no cure, how can I seek? So I believe there's a cure. Oh, then why are you coming to me? I know you can solve it. That means I have the vivekam that this is solvable. That means I know that it is a pain. How many of us know that we are in a bondage? How many of us know that the pleasure that we are seeking, deliberately go out and stress out our life for it, is eternally decaying, ephemeral, How many of us know? Very small percentage. Even if we know it, we don't hold on to it. We just miss up and go to something else. That's why kaschit, very, very rare, people start thinking, hey, I've seen all. This is impermanent. How did they see? See, the world you see, you do actions, right? The actions comes in three forms. It's called sadhana trayam. You know, tabatrayam, adhyatmikam, adhibhautikam, adhidevikam. Try to remember the Sanskrit words, much easier because it contains a lot of import. And you face those troubles because of your actions and experiences through three instruments, sadhana trayam, kayika, vachika, manasa. Bodily action, wordly action, mental actions, and experience. So three. See, Vedanta just gives you everything compartmentalized, enumerates easily. Three impediments, three instruments. So with these three instruments, when I do things, I don't know this is tabam because I went after this. I worked very hard, built this empire. I started this startup, put a lot of money, but it's all collapsed now. Oh, I'm successful. Money is pouring in, but I am sleepless nights. I have to be always vigilant. So we analyze that. Then you have when you complain about anything, that means there is a dosha. Dosha means blemish. So you have three kinds of dosha. Three kinds of impediments, tabatrayam. Three kinds of instruments of action, sadhanatrayam. And when you work on it, you inevitably meet three types of blemishes. What are they? Dukkha mishrana, a mixture of grief in every joy. I got this latest iPhone Pro 17 Max. Super, super, super. Well, to ensure I had to pay another 40 pounds, blind me. So I had to keep it carefully. Tension. Somebody took it away. Fear. So the joy comes with the mixture of dukkha. Anything, any joy. Some people start enjoying dukkha as a joy. That is a real case, Some people just complain. Oh, no, have you noticed some people say, whenever you ask them, how are you? They will download all the miseries. Unnecessary. You can say, I'm well, I'm not well, but they download everything because they relish talking about the dukkha. They don't really care about whether that affects you or not. For them, it is a joy, So dukkha is also a joy. If you really look at it, because without knowing it, attachment happens on anything. If you're attached to your illness, you always talk about the illness. Oh, I went to the doctor, I tested a blood test, this happened, that happened. What can you do? The chemistry now. Or you have adripti katva. So anything you say, I bought the latest Pro Max iPhone, but I didn't buy that plug adapter because it doesn't come from Apple, it's expensive. I need to buy it. But it's unhappy. Samsung is giving that one. Or you buy with the iPhone 19 or something like that. Oh, you got the latest one. So mine looks very bad now because it is not giving me what I want. Tripti. And then, of course, bandha, attachment. So there is a doshatrayam. So the tabatrayam has got this doshatrayam. The doshatrayam actually making you get the tabatrayam because they are all mutually inclusive, supporting each other. So the moment I start realizing it, Why? Because there's a guru taught me this whole thing. Start realizing it. I get the vivekam. So who am I now? Who are you now? You are a viveki. What is your vivekam? Vivekam tells me this is not real. Nitya anitya vastu vivekam. Sugudukka parichinam. I can know what it is. I can differentiate. I got a vivekam. Because of this vivekam, which is rare, I get worried about all this engagement and wasting my time on it. Then I started giving away from this, moving away from this. What is it? Moving away means vairagyam. Udvigna manasaha means one meaning is I am dejected mind. Other one is detached mind. When somebody shows me, oh, I won this thing, and you say, oh, well done. Hey, you're not joyful? You're not jumping up and down? What's wrong with you? I'm not dejected by his win. I'm detached to his win, unattached to his. Fine. So what? So I am in a position of udvikna manasaka. I am with vairagyam. So I got a vivekam and a vairagyam. And he gives you straight away. He is also samadhi sadhana yuktaka. Sama, dhamma, uparati, titikshna, shanti, samadhi. The 6 Shat Sambhati we saw in Tattvabodha. Sama means mind is at peace. Dhamma means your sensory control, forbearance, shantam, all that. So all the good qualities he achieved. So you got now three qualities: Vivekam, Vairakyam, Samadhamadis. So good disciplined person. So he goes to Sadguru. Now you got the Shishya's teaching, Shishya's quality. Who is Sadguru? See how it's there. Sadguru here means, according to Vedanta, I'm not talking about the different adjectives being used as Sadguru. Guru means, Guru means one who removes the ignorance in the domain of your seeking. So no harm in saying my yoga guru, my trampoline guru, squash guru. Okay, they're all teachers, but you can use the word guru, doesn't matter. Nothing wrong with this. And also you have to respect the guru. And I'm a physics teacher. I would respect the guru. Always revere the guru. But I don't need to really worship the guru that much, because what he is giving me is a knowledge of the material world, an empirical knowledge. Don't get me wrong. You have to respect the guru. But I'm saying he is not Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara. Because nobody gives me. Sadguru is one who the Guru is one who gives me, who I am. Because once I know who I am, truthfully, who I am, Mayyev Sarvam, Aham Brahmasmi, Tatu Tvam Asi. So Guru is that. But why the adjective Satguru? Now, I can just learn this kind of thing and I can tell you this is what it is. I may become a Sadguru now. That's a question that people ask. Sat here means, you can read in 2 ways. Sotriya Brahmanishtaha. Sotriya Brahmanishtaha. Two qualities. When the two qualities are together, he is a Sadguru. What is the first part? Stotriya. That means he has gone through the learning of Vedanta properly through the Guru Parampara, learned, experienced it. So therefore, he knows how to impart that knowledge to anybody. Very important. Sadguru. The Sotraha. Brahmanishtaha is one who has, whatever he has learned about the Atma Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam, he is steadfast in that. There is no need for somebody to have both. There may be somebody who has learned all this from a proper Guru Parampara, learned everything. He can explain very well, tell you what to do, but he does not live to that one. There is a man and there is a Guru Shakti here. He can be a great Guru Shakti with imparting the knowledge. As a man, he conducts his life without any connection to this. Therefore, the knowledge may be like the cigarette smoker. I can say I can take his word but not look at his action. Is he Sadguru according to this Vedanta? No. And there is a Brahmanishta. He may not have gone through, in this Janma at least, to a Slotra Parampara. He may not have learned through in this life, through the Guru Parampara, all the knowledge. But he is got that Anubhuti. He is the Prajna. Can I go and learn from him? You can go and get his grace. The grace may open up something, but you can't learn from him. When you go to Ramana Maharshi, asked, so I don't know how to control my mind. He is keeping quiet many times. His grace is pouring, but you're not grasping it beyond the question. Because your normal teaching is, first step is ask questions, right? And Bhagavan says, what is mind? There's no mind. He goes to silence. So for him, the questioner, he is dumped. What am I going to do? There is no mind. What is this? So Brahmanishta, he's imparting, you cannot hold because you are not the equipment to receive it. Why he is saying that? Because he is not there in this Sotra Parampara, in the Parampara to teach in the Vedantic way of teaching. He's not taken that sankalpam for it. Kevalam Brahmanishta Eva, Brahmanishta Eva. So we have to revere them, worship them. So you need to find the rare combination of Sadguru where he is Shrotaha and Brahmanishtaha, so that he knows. And otherwise, what happened? The Atma Jnanam dawned to me, and I say, I just example. So then I say I can teach others. I go and teach as a Sadguru with all sincerity. But what worked for me may not work for you. But I can only tell you what happened to me. And it worked for me, it proved. But it doesn't work for you. So that means I have not learned the methodology by which I must impart impartially to teach all as it should be taught. That's why you go to Shrotrajna. Or you go to the person who teaches well and you become Atmanubodhaka, but he is left out. The Guru becomes miserable. My Sishya knows, become more Anubhuti. I don't get it because he is not a Nishta. So in this mantra itself, Bhagavan points out to the discipline of Sishya and the Guru. So Guru has to be a Brahmanishta, should be a Parampara, Guru Parampara. The last word, Pariprachati. Pariprachati means whatever his questions he had, he submitted to him. The fourth discipline of the disciple is therefore, first is Vivekam, second is Vairagyam, third is Sympathy. Fourth one is eloquently submitting his goal. What is his goal? Nirmukta Bandhanam or Mumukshutva. So the Tattvabodha, whole Tattvabodha requirement has come into this one mantra. So if you and I are going to be the student, therefore what we need to do to ensure we have these 4 qualifications to understand Vedanta. If we don't have it now, doesn't matter. This is what we should aim for. We should continuously perpetuate our efforts to attain this. When it is lacking in this, when we read the next mantras, what should be just immediately dawn to us as Anubhuti doesn't happen to you and I, because we listen to it, knowledge comes in, awareness doesn't dawn on it yet, because the quality is still not there. So I stop it here. And we take the next class. Om Asadoma Sadgamaya
Om Asatoma Sadgamaya
Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya
Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya
Mrityoma Amrdam Gamaya.
Mrityorma Amridam Gamaya.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om
Om
Shanti
Shanti
Shanti Shanti.
Harihi
Shanti
Om Tat Sat.
Harihi Om Tasyade.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Then
Thank you.
we will meet next Saturday at the same time. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Shri Guru Pyo.
Shri Guru Namaha. Thank you.